How many mans are in the hood doing crochet?
None, bro.
What did you see in this thing that made you be like, no, I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life?
Yeah, bro, that's the thing. I can answer that now, but then I had no idea, bro.
How important was it for you to just do things for free when you started?
You're not even studying that. It was just that I needed practice. So by me being able to make things for other people other than myself, I'm practicing and I'm getting better. You're the source, basically. So when you're the source, you don't have to buy everything. You can make things. People were really getting creative, and that helped us. It takes a village. At the end of the video, he says, yo, Legend came back from Trinidad, and you literally had man's crocheting over here and man selling crack over here. That's how I got orders, off of a shitty hat, bro.
Yeah.
And here we are, 27 years later.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to Creative Connect, where we connect creatives together. And the main part of this is, it's so beautiful because creatives are usually behind the camera. So what I thought about was, man, I know so much amazing people and I got to get them in front of the camera. So here we are, Creative Connect. Welcome. Share this with your friends. Share this with your creatives. Share this with anyone that is looking for inspiration or looking to just take that leap into the creative world, because once you go creative, you never go back. You know what I mean? So today, I have a very special guest. And I know I've been interviewing a lot of videographers and directors and all these things, but guess what? Creative is a whole thing. Anything that happens in the mind that comes into reality is a creative process. And this brother right here has been doing it for a long time. And he's been doing it with his hands. I want to introduce you to a very special guest, Mr. Legend Knits. What's going on, brother?
Blessed.
How you doing?
I feel blessed and highly favored.
Love, love, love.
Thank you for the great introduction, and also for, bro, what you're doing, man. It's an honor for me.
Yeah. No, I had to come and get you
man.
here, bro.
Yeah.
I got a special gift for you first. Before we start, I got a special gift. I got to get you in a hat, bro.
Bro.
Let's get him in a hat, bro. Let me get
The
one
creative
of these hats,
hat, bro? Yes.
Get him.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, man. Let's start this off right. This is Creative Connect, so
Hey.
it's only right.
Damn, what color do I pick?
You know, we got a lot of flavors. So
Jeez. You guys seeing this? I mean,
come on.
damn, all right. Colors, bro. Respect. I'm gonna go with something I don't have, so I can't do black even though it's drawing me there.
Is he gonna do the white?
I need some help off camera. What are you guys thinking?
Jeez. I think that's
it. I don't have a white hat. I feel like,
I think that's
let
it.
me see. Let me see. I feel like, yeah, let's go with how we looking, folks?
We're looking good.
All right.
I love it.
Yo,
Bro,
give
let's do
thanks,
that.
yo, man.
Bro.
Top quality, and you know, as you say, you know, you've been filming a lot of videographers and directors and stuff. You know, I was at a Bredgen's house who had the full creative package the other day, bro. And I was, you know, I've been in fashion for so much years.
Yeah.
And I understand the package, I understand. So when I seen that, I was like, yo, here's a video man's, you know, with his own collection and doing it so proper, bro. So I just want to big you up on that. Bro, that packaging had me like the magnetic box. Yo, you guys got to see this, man. It's proper. But yo, creative, the lightning bolt, everything. It's just proper.
Right here. I really want to dig into your mind and your process. And the first thing I want to really sort of like ask you is like, what do you do?
What do I do? So the easy answer is I'm a crochet artist, you know, I crochet. I was 19, young and reckless, family's from Trinidad. I was going back and forth, and I had started my Rasta journey at age 17. So by 19, you know, the locks are getting long. Wearing hats, we're into fashion, you know, them days we're you know, you got to be styling, and I needed hats for myself. So I was like, when I go to Trinidad, I'm going to learn to make hats for myself. Not even knowing what that meant. I didn't say I'm going to go crochet, just I need hats for myself. And so I get to Trinidad. I told my family already, my aunt, she owns a salon, and she's like, I have a lady coming She go come and she go teach you. And I swear the lady started showing me and I was just like, basically like this. I was like, nah, this is boring. Like, I'm not doing this. So my cousin now, also on his Rasta journey, was like, bro, when we go into town, we go link the Rasta man them and see if we could. And we went, linked this Rasta man named Sean. He said he could show me. And for a few hours every day for 1 week, I went out to where he hustled. So I got to see the grind too. So it wasn't just about, he was teaching me, but I got to see, oh, this man's selling it, his interaction with people.
So you've seen the business side of it from early.
Exactly.
Okay.
I put in a couple hours on road with him and then I'd go back to his crib. And then it'd be a thing where he's teaching me, but he's also handling family life. And then I see crocheted dish rags. I see his daughter wear. So I'm like, okay, this is like lifestyle. It's not just, he's just making hats to sell. Nah, man, it's you're the source basically. So when you're the source, you don't have to buy everything. You can make things. And so that tapped in right away. And this is 1996.
Wow. So you were young when you tapped into this.
Yeah.
And you've been doing it now. So when you first started, so you went to Trinidad. How long were you in Trinidad?
For that trip, I was there for like, I want to say probably a month and a bit, but it was towards the end of the trip where I put in that solid week. And then I literally got off the plane. I came back and I remember being like, yo, do I even remember this?
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't even sure if I remember this thing. And then I just had to keep practicing,
Yeah.
you know, and then making hats for friends. And by doing that, I was just giving them away. Before I sold the hat, I probably made 40, 50 different pieces. You know what I'm saying?
So you touched on a very important part, you know, so you found this passion and you had a couple of weeks in Trinidad to like just even scratch the surface and you came back, you made a decision to continue that.
Yeah.
And you did it for free.
Oh yeah, bro.
How important, like for artists that are watching this too, like I really want to get people to understand that this didn't happen overnight, right? Like, how important was it for you to just do things for free when you started?
Well, it's so important because you're not even studying that. It was just that I needed practice. So by me being able to make things for other people other than myself, I'm practicing and I'm getting better. And mind you, even my first hat, it didn't look good, bro. Didn't look good at all. I still have it. It's in the archives, you know? But the thing is, people were like, yo, where'd you get that hat? So it's not like I had the courage even to think business. It was just, where'd you get the hat? I made it. Oh, can I get one? And so now it allowed my mind to shift from thinking, oh, this hat is like, I loved it, but I seen all the, you know, the discrepancies. I know where I messed up, you know, because it was my first one. But that's how I got orders off of a shitty hat, bro. Like, and here we are 27 years later.
When you got into it and you're making these hats, you're seeing the reaction, you're seeing that you're pretty much building value around this art. Like, what was that like to transition that into like a business practice for you?
Yeah, I feel it first started by just giving a price. Like I finally said, okay, $30. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I just took courage to do that.
Just $30. You want a hat? $30. So then boom, I made it, I sold it. And remember, we're starting, in the hood. So I have endless customers, you know what I'm saying? Because these are my brothers, you know what I mean? And they see like, yo, I want one. And everyone's styling. So that also helped too, in terms of, hey, what am I going to make? Oh, let's make something to match this. And so, yeah, I feel like naming a price was the first step. And then as more people wanted it, my homie, he actually said to me, yo, could I learn? And I taught him. So now, boom, I had a next set of hands. And then from that, we showed a next bridge. And then so we got to about seven man them were crocheting.
And you had mans in the hood, bro, crocheting.
If you check my commercial, go on YouTube, watch the commercial we filmed. At the end, we have B-roll footage.
Wow.
And my boy Paulos, who's part of the movement to this day, if you come to Art of Crochet and Jazz, he's the doorman, amongst other things that he does, you know what I'm saying? And he's at the end of the video, he says, yo, Legend came back from Trinidad and you literally had man's crocheting over here and man selling crack over here. Like,
yeah.
And not to glorify, but this is what it was. And I was transitioning. The youths were starting to call me and my brethren the businessman them and everybody else. So that was the shift. just hearing that based off of us just making a couple of choices. You know, it wasn't, yo, let's start a business. It was, yo, people want this. Hey, you want to make, you want it? And then now we had a couple people. And then once we got into Warden and Eglinton Flea Market, which at the time was where you sell stuff.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, the first month we bought a whip after that. Like, you know what I mean? We were like, okay, now we can get a car.
Okay, so
Okay,
that's
it was just like that.
That's crazy. Okay, so first, like, one, like I want to break it down. So one, you're in the hood. How many mans are in the hood doing crochet?
None, bro.
What made you like go against the grain like that when you could have been playing basketball, you could have been rapping, you could have been this? Like, what made you like? What did you see in this thing that made you be like, no, I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life?
Yeah, bro, that's the thing. I can answer that now, but then I had no idea, bro. I had no idea. I just was making hats for myself, then making hats for friends, then showing friends how to make this. And then it's like, it's literally you planting these seeds and like that energy just around the vibe. Because also, you know, when I say the hood, I'm talking Flemington Park, Don Mills and Eglinton. Yeah, bro, those are the homies. I had friends from Flemo, Palmer. Like it was a connection. If you pulled up on my spot in Scarborough where I was raised, you'd have men from all these different neighborhoods, Malvern, Flemo, Palmer, like and we were just like, that's where we're chilling. But then that became my making grounds. Like mans would literally come and chill while I make their hat for them.
Crazy.
You know? And so it takes a village, you know, because my brethren are stylish. So they're like, yo, they don't need no one to say this is cool. I need a hat for these shoes. And bro, we have the photos to show that, you know what I mean? Like, yo, people were really getting creative and that helped us think of, okay, let's make this style, let's make that style. And so it was a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Right. So, and I was thinking, I'm like, man, like the way you crocheted your way through this industry, it wasn't just the grandma knitting type of thing. No, I'm going to put this on anything.
Yeah.
How did you get into the flea market? Like, what even was that process? Like, how did it happen? Like, how did it didn't just poof happen, but like, how did it happen for you to say, that's another risk, that's another leap into something? Like, what made you, and how old were you when you were doing this?
So 96 is when I learned how to crochet. I would say 97, 98. So it was like a year of just making and, you know, man's wearing it, people buying it. But then within that year or so is when we said, yo, let's get a spot. And Warden, Eglinton, like I said, if you're from Scarborough, you already know that's where we go. In the West End, it was Western Road and St. Clair or wherever, you know what I mean? So yeah, basically we went in, we inquired, and obviously our vision was, yo, we need a booth. And then we realized, we can't get a booth yet.
Okay.
But they had these carts. And so we just hung hats all over this cart. So we're in the middle of a aisle, and we just, every man. So we used the resource center in Flemo to have quality control. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays we teach and also inspect. So like, okay, we give a man their own free reign, like make what you want, but then we'd inspect them to make sure that they're quality to put up. Because, you know, as we started to show mans, by the 6th, 7th man, they'd be on their first hat like, yo, how much for this? How much? Like, bro.
I want to try to make it to sell it right away.
Bro, we're like, yo, you need some time, you know what I mean? Because that wasn't, like, I didn't even study it, but now, because it's actually being sold, you get it. Like, they're just ready to sell. So there was just putting like those types of contingencies in place to start to structure what we call a business. And then at that point, once we started selling, we got a whip. We were going to, you know, this is before internet.
Talk about
this
it.
This is payphones. This is like meeting your brethren at Kennedy Station. And if he's an hour late, like you're waiting, you might book another brethren, find something to do. You still link up and go your way. It wasn't like, you know what I mean? It was a different time. So yeah, before internet, we had to go everywhere. So then we realized we got a whip. So now we're at Caravana, we're at Chin Picnic, we're at all the colleges, York University. We're just selling and vending. And even with the flea market, like you don't know what these things cost. You don't have an understanding. It's just you want to be there and you're going to do what it takes. Right?
So that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So what did it for you, like, how did it feel to like see other people excited about this stuff because you came back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you were just sort of something that you love. But now your brethren are like, yo, like, I see what you're trying to do. How did it make you feel to know that you were kind of like saving lives in a way from the hood?
Absolutely, bro. And that's the story we haven't told yet, you know, because as this progressed, remember, now we were labeled a gang.
Talk about
The
it.
cops had everybody's description in terms of the hats. Certain youths couldn't even wear the hats because, you know, what we did was we put a little red, gold, and green thread on it. And I bring that back every now and then. That's the classic because it was like, how do you know this is a legend knits? And I was like, if it wasn't for Rastafari and the roots and culture, it'd be nothing. So I literally just took 3 strands, I cut it, and then I just would tie it on the inside and you'd see it on the side. So then certain youths would be telling us, yo, man, you can't even wear this out there because so all of these politics is happening while we're, like you said, setting people free, bro. You know what I mean? Cops are marking us, calling us a gang, which by definition, yeah, we're a gang. We're a group of people. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, whatever activities are happening, at the end of the day, this is upliftment, right? So we just stuck with it in terms of beating those odds. You know what I'm saying? Because now man are like, yo, what are you going to call it? You know, like we're just, even though little things hiccups are happening, you know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, man, let's push this thing forward. Yo, what are you going to call the business? You know, and by that time I had endless nicknames. Man, they're calling me Nita B, all kind, you know, bro, you know our people.
Yeah,
I had all kind of nicknames, but I was also in Trebis. So what people may not know, you know, I grew up playing instruments. My dad, musician, going down Caravana. Like, I don't even understand being a spectator at Caravana, like, to be honest.
Yeah.
My homies do,
right?
But I, even growing up, because I'm always in it, bro.
Yeah.
So with that being said, to be able to take, you know, all these different aspects of my life and push it into business, now coming up with a name. My dad had a name for, so anyways, went to school for music. And so my nickname at the time, my family and friends called me Legend, you know, which is Nigel backwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my homies were like, bro, just name it after yourself. You know what I mean? Because you're going to be making music. You're going to be doing this. So after going through all these different names, we just came up with Legend. And then I was like, I want to make it, you know, something more than me. So I went with Legend Knits. And it's what's funny is that I didn't knit at the time. I was just crocheting.
Okay.
And so Legend Crochet just didn't sound cool, bro.
Okay.
Like, so that was why we called it Legend Knits. And that's a whole other story because knitting and crochet, it's almost like Mac and PC. There's like this rivalry, you know? I tell them it's fake, you know what I mean? But it is political where knitters, I went into a yarn store, bro, fresh back, and they're like, what do you do? I said crochet. She was like, oh. And I was like, yo, you know? So anyways, called the company Legend Knits. And I feel like this is where we really, you know, laid down the foundation.
Wow.
You know? Yeah.
Like you have a deep passion for this stuff. And it shows. Like, why do you do it? Like, what's that why for you?
Yeah, man. That why has changed so many times. I mean, I feel obviously the overall why is I'm a creative soul, you know? And you know, I didn't realize that until later in life because everything we do has some form of creativity to it. You know, the way you dress, you know, the way your place, you care, you know? So I really started to understand like, yo, this is like, I'm a creative soul first. So my why was just to express, you know? And then, you know, the benefits of seeing people wearing your creation, that was just the other motivation. And then the money, you know, here I'm earning. The youths them are literally saying like, yo, you got a business among them. That stood out to me for sure, you know? And so, yeah, I feel like the why along the way turned into realizing this is helping people, you know, whether it's the craft side of things and the teaching aspect, which we do. And then from a fashion side now, personalizing people's style and just seeing them, you know what I mean, feel so confident, you know, because you don't need to give nobody that. put them in their element. And if they're tapped in, they'll get that. So I feel like, you know, those are the whys along the way. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, how do we duplicate this? How do we, you know, because now technology, so many things have changed over time where, you know, you have people saying, oh, I want to be a photographer, but it's saturated. It's like, I don't even know what that means, bro. Because when we started, first of all, there was nobody to even bounce an idea off of, right? Now, if you're a photographer and you feel like it's saturated, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? It's not about, I tell people all the time, I'm the best crocheter out there. Can't talk to me. But who cares? Who cares? What am I doing with it? And that's, to me, there's saturation. What are you doing with it? What's your mark? Camera. And you know this, bro.
Mm-hmm.
If you're picking up the camera, what are you doing? Because that's all that matters. And so I feel like the why now, it's passion, it's heart, but it's also unplugging people, man. People need to know, like, be connected to yourself, not just the bread. Don't just be connected to the attention. Don't just be, you know, you want to be in fashion, you want to be whatever. Like, find your way along the way, because, you know, some of who we are isn't even us. It's it's what we've been through. It's what we've avoided. It's, you know what I'm saying? And so, man, linking you, just the people that I'm around, you know, my wife says it all the time. She's like, yo, just the people that we're around, we can't take that for granted. It's because you're tapped in. Mm-hmm. And so being amongst other tapped in people now elevates the why, because now I can shift my focus and help out my brethren to build his business, you know? Mm-hmm. And so it's just this whole process that is never ending. And I think as it expands, you do have to define what you want to do. So over the years, I did so many things, and now I'm like, okay, boom, boom, boom. These are the 3 things I'm doing. And in each one, there's a lot of components, but I'm cool. I can live in those 3. And so, yeah, the teaching is the one aspect, you know, so providing that service, which then brings mentorship and all that. The fashion, you know, that's the other aspect, you know, and then, you know, the unplugging, which is connected to the creative side, but like, really, who are we in this world and with what's going on? Because we got to know that, man, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Like, when I always see you, bro, you always have a beautiful spirit. Like, you always have a outlook on life that is just, you know, positive. Talk to me about a challenging moment for you that you remember in this journey. Like, that you had to, like, because like some people just think that this thing is all like smooth sailing, right? I really want to get people to understand that you're gonna go through some things. So like, talk to me about a moment that you remember that you're like, damn, man. It was one of the biggest moments. I didn't see a way out, but because of that moment, I'm here.
Man, there's so many, you know. I think the short answer is respect the process, because it's not the finished product. Like, you'll get glorification for that. You'll feel happy, but the process. And I had to learn that, because, yeah, sometimes the process would be beating me up, bro. I'm like, yo, I'm still doing this. But that's the process, you know? You do have to adjust for sure, you know? But yeah, man, like, if we want to, man, I could pull up it's just because, like, we did an interview with another gentleman the other day, and you hear people talk, right? And it also reiterates what you know. And he was just like, yo, every no you get is to lead you to that yes, you know? And it's like, boom, when we were fresh out, selling everywhere, you know, we were working directly with Universal Music. So, you know, we had The Roots, Cardinal, we had so many people wearing Legionnaires. Just go online, check the videos. Like, you know, we were doing it. So it just felt like this happy place. And I remember a man was like, yo, I want you guys to be a part of it. And it was this big meeting. Let's just call it the big meeting, bro. And yo, leading up to that big meeting, bro, it felt like, yo, this is it. I won't say the big meeting was bad, but really what it was people wanted ownership. And literally, we would just be making.
Mm-hmm.
And that deflated me, bro. Deflated me. I'm like, yo, this is because at the time too, it was my baby. Like, you want me to just hand you the baby and you're gonna do everything for the masses to see. And that, bro, that hurt me. So we turned it down.
Yeah.
We turned it down and took the road less traveled.
On the next episode of Creative Connect.
If you're racing and you come second, if you come last, nothing wrong with that, as long as you did your best. Don't go and buy Crochet and ask them for a discount. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's a disrespect. Don't sell yourself short. Some experiences that feel bad, we needed that.